Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Orlando, and in today's video, I am sharing with you some of my favorite fragrances to wear in spring. So, spring is just around the corner, and I'm just gonna share with you some of the fragrances that I think are really good for this time of year. And so I will be splitting this video into two. So there are five that I'm going to share with you today, and then another five on part two. So this is part one of the video, of the fragrances, and there will be 10 in total, five today, five in the next one. So without much further ado, I'm going to start with a current obsession of mine, and that is Parfum de Marly Althaïr. And this one, it kind of starts with this kind of citrusy, aromatic, and a fresh, spicy opening, and then you get this kind of it's a vanilla fragrance. So on the dry down, you get the vanilla praline. So you get this kind of a chocolatey vanilla, but the vanilla here is very it's kind of on the dry side. I think because of the citruses and all the fresh notes that are added to this fragrance, the vanilla is never too sweet. So I wouldn't say it's a sweet fragrance. It's more like a dusty, dry vanilla. I've on my review of this perfume, I also mentioned, kind of reminds me the kind of a waffle cone, the stuff that you have with that you can have ice cream on, and that's kind of a dry, dusty, but at the same time kind of creamy in a way. So that is what I think that this fragrance is like. And I think even though it's a vanilla fragrance, I think it's really good for this time, for spring, because of the freshness that it has as well, and the fresh spices and all that. So with bergamot, orange blossom, cinnamon, cardamom, bourbon vanilla, elemi, praline, musk, ambroxide, and guaiac wood. And again, this is just a nice vanilla fragrance that can, this can be worn all year round, but I think now for spring it's kind of it's nice because of the freshness that it has as well. So it's totally unisex. That is Althaïr by Parfum de Marly. And next one that I have in my list is another one of my favorites, and that's Scandale by Jean Paul Gaultier. This is the Eau de Toilette version, and this one again, it kind of has this aromatic, fresh start, but then it has this caramel note that this fragrance is known for. But it's not. It's kind of semi-sweet, but it's not too sweet again. So this is again another all year probably around fragrance. Maybe not in the heat of summer, but maybe you could even wear it that time. But it's just really a nice fragrance, and it's also very sexy in my opinion. So again, it's got this fresh, aromatic, and then this nice caramel note that it has in it. That it's really what this fragrance is all about. So and the notes for this one are mandarin orange, clary sage, vetiver, tonka bean, and caramel. And again, to me, this is a very, very nice fragrance, and very sexy indeed. That is Scandale by Jean-Paul Gaultier, the Eau de Toilette version. And my next one is by Le Labo, and that's another 13. And this one, it's more of a molecular fragrance, so you will kind of smell different in different people. It won't smell the same because it kind of blends in with your skin chemistry and your own smell kind of thing. But this is kind of what I get from it is kind of this, again, it's got this citrusy, slightly fruity as well. It's kind of fresh and warm at the same time because it's got a sweetness to it as well. But I think this is just, and some like florals kind of smell, but it's just wonderful. And again, as I said, it just smells different from person to person. I think that's the what the why this fragrance is so good. Again, another all year round, very unisex as well. It's just really an amazing fragrance, and longevity and projection are very good with it as well. I think maybe because it's a molecular fragrance. So yeah, so this is a kind of a citrusy, slightly fruity green, and but ambery and musky as well, with notes of pear, citruses, apple, ambered seeds, moss, jasmine, synthetic animal musk, amber oxide, and iso-e-super. So really, really amazing. It's one that to try out if you haven't tried yet. That is Le Labo, another 13. And another one that I think is great, and I think it was featured in my last year's spring video, is Rouge Malachite or Rouge Malachite by Armani Privè. And this one to me is kind of a, because it's a white floral fragrance. It's got like tuberose, it's got ylang ylang, so it's kind of, these notes to me, they smell quite tropical. But then with this fragrance, it's kind of joined by this ambery base, and it's kind of a smooth, sort of slightly powdery and sweet ambery base that it has. So it's very interesting because it's tropical, but at the same time creamy and semi-sweet on the base. So it's really interesting, and I think it kind of shines now when the weather starts to get a bit warmer. It shines more. I mean, it could be one all year round, but I think because of being a white floral fragrance and it's got these tropical notes as well, it's kind of more for warmer weather. And this one has got notes of tuberose, pink pepper, clary sage, orange blossom, ylang ylang, jasmine, cashmeran, benzoin, and of course amber, as I mentioned. So yeah, the benzoin in here kind of gives a slight vanilla smell. So I really like the note of benzoin and fragrances in here. It's just wonderful. So this is such a nice fragrance, and it lasts a very long time as well, and it projects quite nicely. It might lean a bit more on the feminine side, but I think it's unisex, and I really enjoy wearing this. This is really an amazing fragrance. That is Rouge Malachite by Armani Privè. And the last one of today's video is another one of my favorites. It's Absolu Aventus by Creed, and this one is just very similar to the original Aventus in my opinion. So I get the fresh citruses and black currant as well. So it's kind of fresh citrus, fruity, but then is joined by this by cinnamon, kind of warm spices as well. So cinnamon, cardamom, and it's more of a denser, spicier version of the original in a way. But in the opening I get all of these lovely citruses and also pineapple like the original, and then as it starts to dry down you get more of the spices and everything, and it gets a bit warmer, but it's still kind of a nice, I would say, fresh fragrance, and is perfect for spring, I think. With notes of bergamot, lemon, black currant, grapefruit, ginger, pineapple, patchouli, pink pepper, cardamom, cinnamon, vetiver, Kashmiran woods, labdanum, ambroxan, musk, and dogmouse. And that is Absolu Aventus by Creed. And that concludes my video of today, and I hope to that you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope to also see you in my next one, which will probably be part 2 of this of spring fragrances. So thank you so much for tuning in again, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye bye.